right here. We're proud to be from Ohio, and it's always been Ohio against the world, and it'll continue to be Ohio against the world.
Yeah, said plug, throw the load, I catch that bitch like Smith. That shit pit, faux fizzy on me like I'm Archie Grit. Fuck your blitz, niggas squares just like they card and catch me somewhere at the wrist. We up some NIL money, bout to go and cop a kid. I'm hollering no AC dub, niggas no swing seat thugged out. Oh wait, see dub at your beanie, bitch, we bugged out. All you do is type, niggas think it's the end of runs. House we pull up, niggas turn branded in, it's the way they run routes. Probably at the bar with your bitch like I'm Urban Meyer. Once I get her to the crib, I'm fulfilling all her desires. Said I'm cool and laying up since your Uber about 5 away. Remember back then, she wouldn't give me the time of Ryan Day. Had to spend it like I'm Braxton, I'm really back in that action. These niggas wanted a verse, I was tired of niggas asking. Believe the fucking hype, all that you want, we top dog. These niggas runts, you can't do shit with us but punt. Bring that ball back, nigga.
Yo, what's good? What's good? Buckeye Steppas podcast, episode 57, full in effect, man. New intro, man. Shout out to my dog Tom Swanks out there, man. Out there in the bus, man. So salute to him, man, doing the damn thing. Hey, man, we back in live and direct, man. It's me and my brother T Beezy tonight. Hopefully my brother Crush pull up. T Mad, I know he at work getting to the bag, you know what I mean? But it's all good. We here live and direct, man. So we're gonna have a good one. We got a lot to cover because we ain't did a show in the last 2 weeks. We've been trying to get stuff together, but our schedule's been crazy and stuff the last couple of weeks. So we got a lot to run down tonight. A lot to run down. I know people see the title line of the show and everything, but we're gonna get all the way into it. But just getting started. We wasn't live. We wasn't live that week when we talked about. We didn't go live after the Bums Up North beatdown. So let me give a little reminder to that real quick.
Saying, winds up, touchdown! Saying, underneath, caught, touchdown, Ennis. Julian Saying, putting it on the money. Saying splits out of the pocket, looks back side, down the field, Tate, touchdown, Tatum, home run hitter, 50 yards. Bryce Underwood, and it's intercepted. Davis and Ignosin. And out for beating their arch rival and heading to the Big Ten championship. D. Reigning national champions remain undefeated. They exercise the demons by defeating the University of Michigan 27-9. Two gentlemen shake hands.
Gus, Michigan hasn't left the field. They're guarding the M. As Ohio State sits with their fans.
Oh man, what a beautiful sighting right there, man.
What a bit.
I said you lagging a little bit on your end.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I must be in a bad signal, but I'm
Okay,
here.
oh
I'm
yeah,
still
there
here.
you go. You sound a little bit better now. Yeah, man. So that was 27-9 against the Bums Up North a couple weeks ago, man. We didn't get to recap and talk about it. We ain't got to do too much talking about it, but just TB, you can go and kind of run down to how you felt about the Bums Up North win, man.
I feel good about it. I'm happy we got to win. You know what I mean? That's really all I care about. We got to win. They was talking about all the last 4 or 5 years, like they own us, but they know what it is. So, and then at this point, they probably forgot about everything going on with Michigan right now. So,
Man, oh man. Yeah, bro. I gotta say for sure, I was extremely, proud of the guys getting this win a couple weeks ago. This was a very emotional game going into the game. of course, especially when you playing Michigan, it's always gonna be, a lot of high emotions into that game for sure. And it definitely was. And the offense was complete, balance on both sides of the ball. Defense was stout. Hey, my take that I said that Michigan would score over 10 points. They didn't score over 10 points. They only scored 9. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
definitely, man. It was definitely lovely to see that, them boys get them gold pants finally, man, in the last 4 years, you know what I mean, after everything they done been through, man. So it was definitely a lovely sight to see for sure, man.
yeah,
Definitely. So
yeah. And
definitely, and then
then next year it's in Columbus too, right? Yeah, next
yeah,
year
we
again, right?
we back at the shoe next year for it, man. So
Yeah,
definitely
so
very excited about it, man. Them boys definitely did their thing. And shit, we can go ahead and get into Uh, some other little picks. It was funny. We had Brutus died in the eye. You know what I'm saying? Died in Ohio in there, then crossing out the
yeah,
elm and shit. Fun. It was a lot of great moments in this. My boy Maine right there, Cincinnati shit, pulling out the belt. You know what I'm saying? They
big
is like,
facts.
hey, Maine crazy, man. Then of course, got crazy little means. Oh yeah, the comms broke during the game and everything too, man. Which is Julian saying that they had to get calls from the sidelines right away and everything. So that was a little interesting factor with that was the fact that Ryan Day said that they prepared for that. You know what I'm saying, that happened because they thought something like that probably would have happened possibly. So they was
Hmm.
well prepared for it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, yeah.
definitely.
I don't think that was on purpose, but hey, we're gonna leave it there. But
Definitely.
I think it was on purpose. What I'm saying, I don't think it was by accident. All of a sudden, Combs going out, biggest game of the year, just like some cheaters.
Yep. Now you got Michigan. We eliminated them boys out the playoff contention that game, and now they playing against Texas in the damn Citrus Cheez It Bowl. Told y'all was gonna be playing one of them bum ass bowl games after losing. Told y'all that shit. I told y'all. I ain't want to listen to nobody, man. Told y'all, big play, my brother, man. What's good with my dog? Big play. I see you in the building, my boy. Big play.
Cheese it,
Sis
bro.
Marissa's in the building. I see you, sis. Salute, sis. Yeah, yeah, big play. We gonna get we definitely gonna get into all of that Sherrone Moore shit. We definitely gonna get into it. We saving the best for last. So that's gonna be the last portion of the show for sure, man. And so we just go ahead and get into this nasty Indiana game. So we beat the bums up north. We go in the Big Ten championship, which is Big Ten championship week, which it was a lot of things going on during the week. We had National Signing Day, which is I can briefly get into that before we get into the Big Ten championship. But what was big the week of last week was this happening. Brian Hartline, he ends up taking the South Florida job. And that was the big news surrounding Ohio State last week going into the Big Ten game. And it kind of shocked a lot of people because a lot of people,
Thank you, bro.
wasn't expecting anything
Appreciate you.
of Brian Hartline, really making any movement, right now as far as this year in particular. So Brian Hartline, he takes the South Florida job, shocks the college football world, especially Ohio State in general. And in the process of that, he does this the night of National Signing Day, where of course, we had the rumors, a couple guys flipping out of the class, no biggie. But the big rumor was, Chris Henry Jr. So Chris Henry Jr. He originally was going to commit that day on that Wednesday and sign his LOI, his letter of intent, but he put a pause on it due to the fact that Ron Hartline took the South Florida job and he wanted to take a couple days to think over his decision, which ultimately ended up being Chris Henry staying with Ohio State. Obviously, he stayed with Ohio State, signed his LOI with Ohio State, which was no great news for sure for us and stuff. I no, I'm a person. I've been watching Chris Henry since he's been in the eighth grade, and no, I know I see the talent. I believe he possibly could be a generational talent, possibly. You know what I'm saying? But the future would tell that. You know what I'm saying for sure. But
Right.
Chris Henry was the last guy in the class, which we got 28 guys total in the class.
Yeah.
On this list it's 27 on here, but it's 28 after we added Amari Miller from Pickerton North at corner as
Okay.
the third corner for that class. So another top five, top 10 recruiting class from Ohio State. Amazing class. Got about three, four, 5 stars on the class. I'm excited about this class. There's a lot of good in this class for sure, man. And it just shows that Ryan Day, the foundation that he's building for the Buckeyes right now, he's building a real big, foundation behind them for as just building a dynasty. He's trying to build a dynasty right now, man. So what's your take on everything with South Florida and Chris Henry and the recruiting class and everything?
Well, I'm glad we ended up getting Chris Henry. You know what I mean? Even though he probably put Buckeye Nation on a little scared. I also think as far as Hotline, I just felt like he should have stayed at least one more year. You know what I mean? Just get a little bit more experience, see what other jobs may have opened up. You know what I mean? I just felt like he's been wanting to be a head coach so bad, like that he was gonna jump on, what I mean, anything, you know what I mean, which I don't all like necessarily agree with, Like he's been good this season, but like I don't think that he's elite in play calling yet. You know what I mean? I think another year or two with the Buckeyes, he would have established that. Then he would have probably got a better job. But that's just my opinion, though.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I believe with Brown Hardline, this was a move that I felt like that was always going to eventually happen. It was just I was in the assumption that it was probably going to be like next year. It was going to be like another year, but it surprised me that he made the move, that fast, and it just showed that how much of how bad that he wanted to be a head coach. Which is I'm absolutely fine with the decision that he made. um, I know the timing was jacked up because it happened the night of National Signing Day. That was the only big gripe that I had with it in particular.
Yeah.
But Brian Harline still helped be a portion of getting Chris Henry signed on to Ohio State as well, which is he told him that that hey that was the best decision for you pretty much, which is
Right.
definitely, what I'm saying, definitely some. But
But
right now you looking at the head coaches, man, like a lot of head coaches jobs was going off the board. And with Brian Hartline, having head coaching aspirations, he had to jump on the job fast. And I believe that he jumped on the South Florida job. I think that's a great job for him to start off with. I know some people's like, man, why would he go to South Florida? But I'm like, I mean, South Florida, they coming off a winning season this year. They got a decent foundation built there. They got a stadium that they're building. They're spending millions of dollars on building this new stadium for him that's supposed to be done in 2027. And of course, Brian Hartline, he has a lot of ties with Florida as far as recruiting wise and everything. So no, I feel like it's a great situation for Hartline to start off his head coaching career for sure, in my opinion. And I like the move, man. And he got all my support, man. I'm gonna definitely be supporting South Florida, supporting Brian Hartline, hoping he cook up there and do well. And that's all we can do, man. Is just support and hope he does well. Now I will say this move affected Ohio State a lot during the game, and we can go ahead and get into the Big Ten championship with Indiana and Ohio State, which was a tough one. It was a tough one. I gotta say, it was definitely tough. I ain't gonna lie. We first half, we got a field goal, we got a touchdown, with JS10 to Cornell Tate. Hell, no, Indiana, the two field goals. They missed the field goal in the first half. So the defense was playing great. The offense was trying to, get it together in the first half and per se, but couldn't pull it together. Obviously, going into the second half, man, just a lot of mistakes. On like us, we drove the ball down the field three times in the second half where we were in the red zone, couldn't get no points out of the three opportunities that we were in the red zone. The red zone play calling was definitely trash. The 3-4 tight end setups, I can't stand it. I've been telling y'all all throughout this year I hate the 3-4 tight end setups. Like it just it just to me it gives the defense the allowance of knowing what you're doing, like what you got planned, what you got in store for real. Like it because it feel like with that setup, the 3-4 tight end setup on the red zone, it feel like you don't have many options. And I feel like why are you putting in 2, 3 tight ends and you taking JJ and Tate out of the game? Like it doesn't make no sense to me. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like it makes absolute no sense to me. And those we couldn't cash out, even missed the
But who
27-yard
made those
field goal from
calls? Was
Fields.
that Day? Was that Coach Day or was that Hotline? Like who made? I want to know who made that particular. Like who's making that call to do that, bro? That's almost like what the Browns taking Shador out on 2-point conversions. After he
Yeah,
drive
yeah,
out of the
it
field. Like what are
absolutely
we
is.
doing? Like you know what
It's
I'm saying?
I think it's a mixture of both of Day and Hardline. I mean, the rumor is that they say that they calls plays in like particular moments and particular games and stuff throughout this year, and that Hardline, just didn't have the keys 100% from what rumors is out there from some people in the media and everything. So I don't know what's true to believe. You can see it's a mixture of both, possibly, but you can't really sit there and be like, oh, it's on Hardline, it's on Dave. Shit, fuck that. It's on both of y'all. So, like, it's on both of y'all because y'all both got something to do with it. So we putting the harness on both guys, but they gotta definitely adjust with the red zone, man. The defense played stout. I said that Indiana wouldn't score more than 13, which is they scored exactly 13. I think you said the same thing, TB, as well. And
Yeah.
our defense was amazing. They did what they needed to do. That even though the last drive, Maine gave up a big play. A couple big plays. Maine gave up. He gave up a touchdown in the game, the only one that we had that we gave up, and the one big play towards the end that kind of ended the game in the last couple of minutes. And I know Lorenzo Styles got one caught on him, a big pass caught on him, but no, I'm not worried about those guys so much. I feel like, in those particular plays, they were in position. They just ain't turned their head around for the ball to look around. Like when you see the wide receiver anticipating the ball, you got to turn your head around somehow. You know what I'm saying? Or put your hands up in some sort of way. You know what I'm saying? To make the play. But it's just an unfortunate situation for the Buckeyes, man. I now no, the conversation with this game too. I'm glad my brother Ben Play Sports. He said I didn't like the decision to kick. We needed 1 yard. Your playbook should have 1,000 1 yard plays. So I like now. I seen I was watching Downs the Business. I was watching Downs the Business, and Downs the Business. They was talking about the game, and they was asking, Josh Downs asked Caleb Downs, you know, what you think about the decision for Coach Day to kick it instead of go for it on 4th and 1. And Kayla Downs, he says, I respect Coach Day's decision. He's the leader of the team, so he respects his decision. Which is, I mean, me personally, 27 yards. I'm not mad that you kick it. In my opinion, I'm not mad. I think it was smart football, but you expect your kicker to make that. Like this guy, Jay Fielding. I know he been getting killed this week. No, I done seen people giving him death threats, which is insane. That's a whole nother conversation though. But Jay Fielding, we seen this guy
He
hitting
he shouldn't get no
59
death threats,
yarders in
but
the pregame, And
Yeah, that's what I'm about to
then
say.
we
The
seen
same
the
thing.
clip a couple days after the game where he was talking back and forth with some Indiana fans before he kicked the field goal and everything, which wasn't a crazy look for him. So 27 yards and you making 59 yards in pregame, man. Hey, you got to get your shit together, man, and make it happen, bro. Like. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna be that fan that gonna send you death threats just because you missed a 27 yarder. It ain't that serious. And I feel like the fans that are doing that, y'all are not real fans, and y'all shouldn't be fans on this fan base because we should be more classier than that. Like I think that is some pure
They probably agree
bullshit
with that.
that
And
they
he
playing
fucked up
like that.
a lot of people's parlays. He fucked up a lot of people parlays. I'll tell you with that.
Oh yeah,
And
most
also,
definitely.
I also also want to say I don't like to play the tie. I agree. We should have went for it. We should have went for it. What would have been the difference? You know what I mean? Because now we know if we went for it and didn't get it, we can't say, oh,
I
we
hear
should have kicked the field goal. How? Like what? We don't really miss field goals, do we?
Now you went in and out for a second. Say what you last said. Oh yeah, you still lagging a little bit. You might try to go back out and come back in. Yeah, he's lagging a little bit. Yeah, yeah, big play sports, man. Death threats is definitely absurd, man. He's a kid and he only missed a field goal, bro. It's definitely not that serious for real. I just feel like the fan base, they gotta be very mindful that these are still young men and everything, and death threats, that shit, that I think is bullshit. I think it's pure bullshit. Let me do this one. This one.
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you good now.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I was saying, I don't like to play to tie, like play to win, because I do feel like we should have went for it on 4th and 1. And if we went for it on 4th and 1 and we didn't get it, we couldn't be like, oh, we should have kicked the field goal, like that's a guarantee, because we know fielding ain't no guarantee. And I feel more comfortable going for it on 4th and 1 than leaving the game in his on his leg personally. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, I feel like the 4th and 1 it's a risky situation. So I'm cool with them kicking three in that predicament, especially after us having three attempts in the red zone and not being able to get six out of that shit. So I'm at that point, yeah, kick three and shit. Let's go ahead and go into overtime. And I believe if we would have went into overtime, we win that game.
See, this is the
I
thing.
totally believe that.
Overtime's in the red zone. If we can't get six in regulation, overtime's all in the red zone. Like, you know what I'm saying? That ain't adding up. Go for that 4th and 1 and go up. Let's go out and go up 17-10. Because the whole overtime is red zone, which we was been trashing.
Yeah, that's yeah, that's now that's the interesting part about that too. That is the interesting part. I don't know, maybe just me just of my faith in this squad where I just kind of believe like we would have took them in the deep waters in the overtime, we would have won that. That to me.
Yeah, I
And so
think
that was a tough one.
I do think the longer the game went, the better it favored the Buckeyes. I do feel
Facts.
that.
Facts. I think we would have got them in overtime, but it was a fried loss. You know what I'm saying? Fried loss from the Buckeyes against Indiana. Salute to Indiana. You know what I'm saying? Getting their first win in 31 years over the Buckeyes.
But
Yeah, I mean,
they talking about they own the Big Ten. Let's pump the brakes now.
hey, let them have their little fun because they shit. Because yeah, you won the Big Ten. Now you got to try to win you a natty now, and that road for them ain't all the way sweet in particular, man. Which is we can kind of go ahead and get into that conversation. Huh? Let me bring the bracket up. So No, here go the bracket right here. Um, of course, you got the Buckeyes. We got a first round bye. We'll be playing in the Cotton Bowl in Texas in a couple of weeks against the winner of Miami versus Texas A&M, which is I like our chances against either one of those squads. Just to say early on.
Uh-huh.
You got James Madison versus Oregon. They'll be playing at Oregon in round one. You got Alabama at Oklahoma. That's a rematch game that was at Alabama early this year, and Oklahoma won that 23-21 in that game. So you got a rematch of an SEC game right there from two of the best in the SEC. And you got Tulane at Ole Miss. Crazy. They both played earlier this year, and Ole Miss put belt to them boys 45-13. So I expect to see the same out of that. And of course you got Georgia, they number three, they got the 3 seed, they the SEC champs. Indiana's number one, obviously. And Texas Tech, they got the 4 seed, being the Big 12 champs, beating putting belt to BYU last year. So I mean last week. So what you think about this bracket, man? I like where we at in this bracket, man. I really do. I like the side. I would have loved that we had that 1 seed because I felt like we would have cruised through, what I'm saying, that side of the bracket if it was us personally, in my opinion. But I like us in our side of the bracket playing the winner of Miami versus Texas A&M and possibly playing the winner of Ole Miss and Georgia. And I know that Georgia game is the game. Like I'm really looking at that game. Like, yeah, that's one of them ones. That's one of them ones. What you think about it, brother?
Yeah, I think I like where we at. I don't know, man. I think the 2 and 4 got the easiest pass. You know what I'm saying? And personally, I think the 2 seed and the no, I think no, I think the 3 seed and the 4 seed got the easiest pass. I think Alabama might be Indiana. That'll be a good game. And
You think Bama gets past Oklahoma?
yeah, I think they get past Oklahoma.
I don't think they. I don't know. For some reason, Alabama, just looking at them, they have not played great football in recent time. And to me, like they don't have no running game. The defense is decent, but they on the field all damn night because Alabama don't have no running game. They were trying to rely off their passing game, and their passing game isn't as strong as they portray for real. Honestly. You know what I'm saying? You
I think
shut their run game and try to make it a shootout and you up on them 2, 3 scores, Alabama's fucked.
I don't think they're gonna get up 2, 3 scores. And Oklahoma's been a roller coaster, man. They've been up and down all year. They look good 2 weeks, the next 2 weeks they don't. But I also think that Alabama got the better quarterback. I'm always gonna lean towards whoever got the better quarterback.
I don't know. John Mateer, he lit their ass up in that first game, man.
He did. He did. But I'm just gonna. I don't know. I just think Bama. I don't think Indiana ready for this moment, bro. To be honest, I think they season. I think they coming in still with the Big Ten hangover win. Like you know what I'm saying. That's what I
You know
think.
the team that I'm really looking out for real in this shit is Texas Tech. I ain't gonna lie. I like Texas Tech. I've watched them play throughout this year, and they are. I feel that they are a complete football team, and they can be dangerous. But with Oregon playing James Madison, which is interesting game. I seen James Madison. I seen they media. They've been trolling, building up this game pretty funny, man. I might have to get the content for that and and do some more content on that. But James Madison, obviously people will pick Oregon over James Madison and Oregon and Texas Tech, which is I believe will be a fire ass game. Oregon and Texas Tech, which is I believe Oregon they can beat Texas Tech. Some people got Oregon making it all the way to the national championship on some brackets that I've seen, which is very
Oregon.
intriguing. Yeah, I seen people having Oregon beat James Madison and Texas Tech and beating, either the 3 teams between Bama, Oklahoma, or Indiana, and getting into the championship. Um, I
Mm.
I mean, me personally, I will pick. I'm edging. like early on, I'm edging, which is this ain't my final prediction for us round one, but I can see Oregon beating James Madison. I can see Oklahoma winning that at home over Bama for some reason. I got some feeling like Oklahoma that they done had their defense and played well this year too, and I can see
don't
I
see
can
it.
see Tulane getting their ass whooped by Ole Miss, and that Miami Texas A&M game, it's like a 50-50 game for me right now between them two squads. And no, I would probably lean Miami right now, but Texas A&M can't count them out either. So I mean, I feel like that's a 50-50 game for real, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
I'm leaning A&M on that for some reason, bro.
They at home too.
Yeah, I'm leaning
Yep.
A&M.
Well, Miami in particular. So I mean, and Duke, they were 7-5. They got left out of the playoffs, even though they won the ACC.
They
But
got 5 losses.
they put Miami in the playoffs, and we got Notre Dame guys. They've been going crazy about this shit, man. Like, so I know we definitely wanted to have a little conversation about that briefly. So, Notre Dame, they've been crying the past week about not making it making it in the playoffs, to where they done made a whole stance of saying that they're not going to even attend and be a part of their bowl game in particular. So they declined their bowl game, and the whole conversation with Notre Dame's athletic director, he was talking about um the ACC. He's shitting on the ACC, saying that the ACC ain't showed them no support. They campaign more for Miami, which is, I just feel like that is stupid. It's just stupid for the AD to come. You got to realize, like, you came over, you mentioned that the other day, bro. Oh yeah, we got here. Well, the AD is shitting on the ACC conference, basically saying that um the ACC campaign for Miami to get in the playoffs more than Notre Dame did. More than for Notre Dame. Now,
Right.
this is my take on it in particular, man, because I know we talked about it in the chat. I feel like it's pure bullshit for Notre Dame to try to shit on the ACC. For one, y'all got 24 sports in the ACC for us, y'all tied to the ACC, and football not one of them. Like,
Facts.
football is not one of them. So if y'all got an issue with the ACC and with how the CFP rule and shit, y'all independent team, y'all don't have that much grace. Y'all damn near got to go 11-1, 12-0, damn near. Y'all can't lose two games
Nope.
because y'all ain't in no conference. So if y'all
Nope.
got a problem with the ACC on how they doing shit, hey, join the damn conference. Join the conference. The one thing I found funny about this shit was the fact that Notre Dame used to play Big Ten teams in their in their schedule. Well,
Yeah,
they
they don't even play
definitely
Michigan no
reneged from
more.
that shit, and they went into playing ACC teams.
Yep. They used to play Michigan. That rivalry kind of dying. You know what I'm saying? The Michigan Notre Dame rivalry. That was a good rivalry.
Facts.
You know what I mean? I mean, yeah.
Definitely a fact. That's what I'm saying. Like, I say, if they got an issue with it, play in the damn get in the damn conference in the ACC. Now y'all shit on the ACC, talk about y'all don't want to do business with them and everything. So what y'all gonna do? What y'all gonna do? Try to play American Conference teams?
Come to the Big Ten and get y'all asses whooped.
Yeah, they so scared to come to the Big Ten. They don't want no smoke with the Big Ten. Now what's so big? You know what I mean? And the ACC, when y'all playing those teams, y'all don't get hella points for playing those teams. And some of those teams are trash. That's just the
Facts.
fact of the matter. Salute to my dog BVO. What's good, bro? Yeah, so this is a quote right here from Josh Downs right here, where they were saying, they asked him about Notre Dame. He said if they was in the ACC, he said they would win the ACC easily every single year. and they always have a playoff bid, which is that's simple math right there. Simple
Yup.
math.
Yup.
Simple math. Join the Big Ten. Join the ACC. If y'all think y'all already playing the ACC teams, so go ahead and join the ACC and play them boys. Then y'all
Mm-hmm.
won't have this issue. But Notre Dame, they so money hungry and so greedy. They want to be independent and pocket all that cash and stuff because they got they deal with NBC and everything. Understandable. But y'all can't complain to when it comes to the college football playoffs. Y'all can't complain about it at all because y'all at harm's risk. Y'all only afford to lose one game. Then
Yep.
unfortunately, one of the games y'all lost was against Miami. If I'm the CFP committee, I'm putting Miami in before y'all too because they done beat y'all. They
Yeah.
got the same record. The strength of schedule was around the same. I'm putting Miami in over y'all. They didn't beat y'all.
Facts. Y'all strength of schedule was like 46 in the country. What are we talking about?
Facts.
You know what I'm
Facts,
saying?
man.
Yeah.
Facts. So definitely interesting take right there with Notre Dame doing a little bull jive right now, man. And we can go ahead and get into what everybody want to talk about. Let's go ahead and get into it. Well, actually, briefly, let me do the coaches. So there's a lot of coaching changes within the sport. Let me go ahead and kind of briefly break that down to give a little bit more context into the main topic that we got for tonight. A lot of coaching changes, obviously, within the sport. You know, we mentioned that Brian Hartline, he's off to South Florida. You got Lane Kiffin and leaving Ole Miss in the dust to go to LSU, which that was a crazy story within itself, right there. You got Alex Goldish. He was the coach from South Florida. He's taking the Auburn job now. You got John Summerall from Tulane. He done took the Florida job. And then most recent, we had Matt Campbell from Iowa State. He just got hired on by Penn State a couple of days ago. And then Taj Lapoy got promoted from defensive coordinator at Cal to head coach, and Will Stein, offensive coordinator for Oregon, taking the Kentucky job, which kind of ironic with that. Will Stein, he interviewed for the job before Brian Hartline. Brian Hartline was set to interview for the job, but Will Stein interviewed so well, they gave him the job right there on the spot, basically, pretty much. So
Oh
you
wow.
got Will Stein, he has the Kentucky job, replacing Mark Stoops that was there for 13 years. You got Pat Fitzgerald. He's back. Northwestern alumni, the former head coach for Northwest. He ended up getting the Michigan State job, and Michigan State just seeing that they had a alumni just donated 401 million to Michigan State for the NIL. So a lot of cash over there for Michigan State right there with Pat Fitzgerald. So it's interesting to see what they do, what they got going on. And then you got Bob Chesney, man, the head coach from James Madison. He took the UCLA job, and
I,
other little notable
no.
jobs. Jimmy Rogers from Washington State. He takes the Iowa State job. Ryan Silverfield from Memphis. He takes the Arkansas job. Jim Moore from UConn takes the Colorado State job. And just those are the moves that we got. A lot of movement. That's why when it came down to Brown Hartline, he had to take him a job ASAP because a lot of these coaching jobs was closing up real fast. So, what you think about some of these coaching moves right here, brother?
I think the Pat Fitzgerald. I think he's gonna bring Michigan State. Uh, um, I think everything else. Like every year, there's some positions that are open. You know what I mean? But I
Yeah,
think Hardline should do well. Cause I know he, like you said, he do got that recruiting touch down there. And but out of all jobs, I think the best fit outside of Lane Kiffin. I think Lane Kiffin gonna do well at LSU, but I think Fitzgerald gonna bring Michigan State back for sure.
for sure, man. Yeah, I
Which
like
would be
some of
good
these
for the Big
moves,
Ten
man.
too.
So,
To the SEC ball, how we ain't got no team, so that's good for the brand. if they can get Michigan State back, you know what I mean, formidable for
Facts,
sure.
facts. Yeah, because it's been
Come
looking
on.
bad for Michigan State. They ain't even been competitive in games with like Ohio State, Penn State, and even Michigan in recent time. And so, real interesting.
Mhm.
Then I got a couple more little coaching moves, little assistant moves. You remember I mentioned Will Stein from Kentucky, from Oregon, taking the Kentucky job. He just made a hire today. He ends up taking Texas A&M defensive coordinator away from him. And I heard that Elko, coach from Texas A&M, he promoted one of their guys that he had as associate head coach to the defensive coordinator. So little interesting move right there. And then this is a crazy move right here. Um, you got Chip Kelly interviewing for the Georgia Tech offensive coordinator job, which is, I can tell you right now, I don't like this move. I said this earlier on Twitter where I was like, I think this move is a super downgrade for Chip Kelly, and I feel like he should, weigh his options, because I know he probably got some other calls as well, and then of course, everybody would, hope that he could possibly make a move back to Ohio State, possibly, because we are looking for an offensive coordinator as well. So, what you think about that, bro?
Yeah, I didn't like the move either. Like, I don't think it's a good fit. You know, Chip Kelly to Georgia Tech. You know, I think he's just. I think he looked. I mean, like you said, it's downgrade. It looks desperate, to be honest with you. You know what I
It
mean? But
definitely does.
you know what I mean. But
It definitely
I don't. Like
does.
I said,
Like,
I'm agreeing with you as far as I don't. I don't. Like I said earlier in the chat, I don't think it's a fit. But I mean, Chip Kelly does like to run the ball, but don't. I mean, but I mean, Georgia Tech. I mean, they get creative in their runs, and don't they run the triple option? Don't they mix in the triple option sometimes too?
they don't run the triple option anymore per se, but like I said earlier in the chat, I was saying that they do run the ball at a different various looks. So that's one
Yeah.
thing I would say in particular, that they do run the ball in different various looks for sure, which is very
Mhm.
interesting for real from that aspect for sure. Um, and another one right here, Jim Knowles, man, he wasn't retained by Penn State with Matt Campbell with his new staff, so he ended up getting the DC job for Tennessee. So Jim Knowles off to Tennessee after being at Penn State for 1 year, which is crazy. Nasty work for sure, man.
Wow.
Nasty
Wow.
work. And
He's the definition of the grass ain't greener, bro.
absolutely. Absolutely, the pure definition of it for sure, bro. And just getting into it a little briefly. Of course, we got the Heisman this week. It's Heisman Trophy week, of course. A lot of people believe Fernando Mendoza, he'll probably win it after beating Ohio State last week, and or Pavia, Diego Pavia, or possibly Jeremiah Love. Julian, he's there. He's going to be headed to New York this week for the Heisman. So salute to JS10, man. Three Heisman finalists under Ryan Day. Three of them. That's amazing. That's definitely
Yeah.
amazing. And just a little brief conversation about the Heisman. This is the last 25 years by position of the Heisman Trophy winners. We had 20 quarterbacks winning this trophy, three running backs, and one wide receiver, and one wide receiver slash cornerback, obviously with Travis Hunter being that from last year.
Mhm.
So real interesting with that, dog. I always tell you that this is a quarterback driven trophy for real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't see anybody else, like I don't see Jeremiah Love creeping up and getting it, even though he had an amazing season. I don't see him creeping up and getting it over Mendoza or Pavia, you know what I'm saying, right now. And I believe Mendoza, he deserves it. You know what I'm saying? He took his team 12-0, did everything he was supposed to do. won the Big Ten championship. They the overall number one seed in the college football playoff. I feel like, whoever
Mhm.
won that game last week between Mendoza and Julian Sand would have been the Heisman Trophy winner. And I feel like Mendoza definitely, deserves it. He deserves it.
Yeah, I think Mendoza will probably be the one to end up winning it, but I'm still gonna campaign for saying because fuck him. That's my take on it.
Yeah. Outside, man. Well, it's amazing for saying to get there to be in this position, year two. You know what I'm saying? Red shirt freshman, already in the Heisman conversation and ends up being a finalist and everything. Can't do nothing but, give praises unto that for sure, man. And let's go ahead and get to the nitty gritty, but the main topic of the night, man, which is I'm excited to talk about now. So big news, man. Big news right here. Last night, which shocked the college football airwaves last night, man. Sherrone Moore out as head coach of the Bums Up North now, man, which was a crazy story. When I first seen it initially, I was like, oh shit, this is crazy. I was kind of like, kind of like laughing, trolling about it at first. But once this story then kind of unfolded a little bit more and some of the nasty work that I've been hearing about this story in particular, man, is it got me a little bit like I feel a little sorry for the man in a sense, man. But we can break down some of this stuff. Apparently, so here goes the report from Sherrone Moore. On Sherrone Moore said Sherrone Moore was fired for cause Wednesday after a university investigation that found credible evidence he was engaged in an inappropriate relationship with a staff member. This conduct constitutes a clear violation of university policy, and University of Michigan maintains zero tolerance for such behavior, says the athletic director, Ward Manuel. And another portion of the statement right here. Um, we got Moore was set to serve an additional one-game suspension for the start of the 2026 season as well. He was also suspended for the season opener in 2023 as part of a self-imposed penalty for breaking recruiting rules. Moore was a successful offensive line coach and offensive coordinator before being promoted to head coach. He was a finalist for the Broyles Award in 2023 when he was the play caller for Michigan's national title team. The firing pushed Michigan in a difficult decision of finding a coach in the wake of what's been considered the most volatile coaching carousel in recent college football history. There's already been a flurry of hires and extensions, which will complicate Michigan's head coaching search. And another part of this portion of this right here. Biff Poggi was named interim coach for Michigan, slated to play Texas in the Cheez-It Citrus Bowl, December 31st. The news ends Michigan's Morris coaching career at 17-8 with his final game 27-9 loss to the Ohio State Buckeyes to conclude a 9-3 season. The 39-year-old had gone through 2 years of his 5-year contract as the Wolverines head coach, and the school's firing for cause it means it isn't planning to pay nearly 12.3 million it would have owed him on his deal. So that was the reason right there. They
Mhm.
clipped that boy like, hey, we clipping him. That was cause. He avoided his contract. Now we ain't got to pay him that buyout.
Yep. Nope.
Smart move on
And
their behalf.
yeah.
Moore was promoted to Michigan head coach in the wake of Jim Harbaugh's departure to the NFL, and it was crazy. Moore endured some off-field controversies before his firing, including the suspension in week 3 and 4 of the season tied to Connor Stallion's illegal advanced scouting scheme. So
Uh-huh.
there goes the report starting off right there with with Sherrone Moore, and it's crazy. We got reports like this right here in particular. Um Said according to John U. Bacon, Sharon's Moore mistress went to the university with documentation of their affair. After he was fired, Moore went to her house, grabbed a knife, threatened his own life, and threatened her life, leading to Moore's arrest. Even for by college football standards, this is totally insane right there. So you got that in
Sheesh.
play. Um, and then the report from Yahoo Sports earlier.
You know why? Hold on. I'm just kind of speculating, but you know why? This is my reason why she went to the University of Michigan to snitch, because the side chick always think the man gonna leave his wife and kids. The man got 3 daughters, is
Mm,
married. He's not gonna leave, and he making 5 million a year. He's not gonna leave you. He's not gonna leave that for you. And she probably went and told, and it's like, oh, okay, you're not gonna leave your wife and kids. Well, I'm gonna lose your job, and went and told. That's what I think happened.
man, bro, it's
That's what I think
crazy,
happened.
bro. And then like even this report, you posted this in the group chat earlier, saying that Michigan was alerted that Sherrone Moore was dealing with mental health issues, yet athletic director Ward Manuel fired him along with no HR representative and no security present.
Yeah. If that's true, bro, that's damning against Michigan, bro. If that's true, you can't do that. Whether you fire him or not, man, he still got civil rights and his policies and procedures for a reason. And when it comes to the HR type stuff, you know what I mean?
Facts,
You
facts, bro.
to fire him for cause, but that doesn't. But you still gotta go. You still gotta do right by him on how you do it and how you do that. Workplace violence is a real thing. Like you know what I'm saying. So yeah, that's kind of fucked up if that's true. But it's very
Yeah.
interesting to see how this will play out.
Man, bro, tell me about it, bro. And I was talking about, I was looking at this like this is just getting crazier by the day, man. So,
Mhm.
um, of course, a lot of conversation. I mean, just my personal opinion on this right here with the man, the man right here. It's just insane. That's the chick right there that he was having his affair with the staffer, and this just a crazy situation, man. For real, in particular, like Sherrone Moore, you were the first black head coach at Michigan in Michigan history as far as football, and
You went out like
it's
that.
like you going out like that, bro. Like now, this is my thing. I'm in an impression that because I've been hearing that I heard that Michigan they knew about this affair for a while now.
Well, Adam Schefter said on first take that they heard about it, they investigated, but found no evidence.
Now I ain't gonna lie, I was salute the Buckeye scoop. A couple weeks ago, got this guy Mark Shapiro from Michigan State. Salute to him. He was on Buckeye School podcast, and he briefly mentioned something about this. He ain't breaking in details, but he
Mhm.
mentioned something like this. And I seen that clip of that earlier. I should have pulled that clip up and brought it to the show tonight. But he mentioned this a couple weeks ago. So, and then with that whole conversation, far as no people believing and hearing about Michigan, knowing about this incident, beforehand. I kind of believe that they knew about this a little bit longer than what they perceived for real. That's what I
Absolutely.
honestly believe.
Absolutely.
Like it's hard for me, like, because the thing is, Sherrone Moore took the bullet for Jim Harbaugh and Connor Stallion's bullshit.
Hmm.
He was the fall guy. I mean, just think about it. The Michigan. Like Jim Harbaugh took damn near 98% of his staff with him to San Diego. I mean, not San Diego, but to Los Angeles,
Yeah,
to the
facts,
Chargers with him. Now he
facts.
took all of his staff with him and left him there by himself as the lone guy, and he ends up being head coach at Michigan. Sherrone Moore, and uh, when they lost to us a couple weeks ago, you had the Dave Portnoy's. Some of the extreme Michigan fans, some they was calling for his job.
Yeah,
They was calling for his job. And, you know what I'm saying?
crazy.
Like it just really it's a real iffy situation to me. Like I seen some people believe he was set up. I ain't believing that. I mean, it ain't no disrespect to him or anybody of any race, whatever. But his wife is white, the staffer's white, so he got a thing for the snow bunnies. That's just the fact of the matter. He got a thing for him. That's his thing.
Damn, I didn't know. I didn't know his wife was white.
Yeah, yeah, she's white too. So interesting factor, bro. And going into it, like we can go ahead and kind of get into some of the candidates because they got a slew of candidate names out here that they pushing out right now, apparently. And I would say, oh yeah, actually, this is the part of the story. Let me before I get into that. This is the story that just the recent story about it from today, right here. Says Sherrone Moore, who remains in custody as a suspect in alleged assault, is expected to appear in court for arraignment on Friday at the Pittsfield Charter Township Department of Public Safety, right there.
But
The
where did all these charges come from, though?
Man, bro. It was a real great question. Great question. They got the Washtenaw County Prosecutor's Office told ESPN that it does not expect a decision Thursday on whether to file criminal charges against Moore. Authorities have yet to release details about Moore's arrest, other than to say that he remains under investigation. Moore was incarcerated in jail on Wednesday night, just hours after he was fired from the Michigan Wolverines football coaching job. And a little bit more context to
Because
it.
because my whole thing is this. So did he? So where did them charges come from? If they're saying that they're trying to decide if to press charges, then where did those listed charges come from? Then
I believe it was just somebody just out there, on the internet bullshitting around. Because you read those charges that they had, it was like it was like on some trolling shit, man. It's like, that was somebody that was on some trolling shit. He hasn't got any formal charges, in particular. If you just looking at this
okay.
particular article, so
Because at the end of
um,
the day, this is still a millionaire. You know what I'm saying?
absolutely, he was set to make 5.5 million
But he
this year.
already, but you know what I'm saying? He was already a millionaire before all this. So like, I know he got good lawyers and you know what I'm saying, good representation. I'd be shocked if he didn't.
And then you got this portion of the article right here. You got the matter involving Mr. Moore remains. Um, what did I say? Oh shit. Okay. Um, Sherrone Moore has been terminated with cause effective following university investigation, credible evidence, woo, woo, woo. So you ain't gotta read that much. It's the same shit that we done read before.
Hmm.
So now have you seen some of the Michigan media speak about this situation?
No, I just heard just like mainly Rich Eisen and Adam Schefter, only two. I haven't heard, bro. I haven't heard nothing from Charles Woodson. You can't find Desmond Howard. Shit, I've been
What?
looking for him.
I would say I've been because I'm on YouTube a
Just got
lot
shot, man.
throughout the day and stuff. So like on YouTube, you see you run into a lot of different content creators on YouTube and everything. And on YouTube, we were seeing like Michigan media, like they've though some of those guys been crashing out about this situation, like going crazy, like, and I this let me say this in particular. I feel like this move. I said that they, and I said this a couple weeks ago after we beat them. I said if they was to fire Sherrone Moore, they're going to be in a real tough, bad situation for real. And I think this firing, even at this present time, it puts them in a real fucked
Hmm.
up predicament because you got 2 weeks away. We're 3 weeks away from the start of the transfer portal, which is going to be open for 2 weeks.
Yep.
Then on top of that, y'all, Michigan, whoever they hire, they're going to have another 15-day window for whoever they hire for players to hit the portal in that midst of the time as well. So and you looking at them like I'm hearing it's a lot of shit going on out here. Like you got you know we got the story about Bryce Underwood, of course. Tyrann Matthew. He done sent the tweet tagging Bryce Underwood, telling him to come home to LSU, and then you got
Why they saying come home when he ain't from LSU though?
because he was committed there for a while. That's the reason why he tried to make him feel more welcome to the situation.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah, you got LSU. They're looking at the rosters. All of the college football teams are looking at the roster in Michigan like. Now, who will we want from them and everything? You know what I mean? So they looking at their roster like food right now, that's just how the games go when you fire a coach. Yeah, shit, your roster is food at that fucking point.
Yep. Facts.
So let me go and pull up somebody. So let's pull up some of the candidates that they have. One of the coaches that they have as a candidate, Jed Fish from Washington. He's only been at Washington for I think this is his second year. So Jed Fish from Washington right here. He's a name. Um, Kellen DeBoer from Alabama. He's a Michigan guy, but of course, he's at a premier job at Alabama. It's gonna be really hard to get him. It's gonna be really hard to get him from Alabama. I truly believe that. I don't think that's going to be a move. Jesse Minard, Chargers defensive coordinator. He was defensive coordinator for Michigan before he left to the NFL with Jim Harbaugh. So he's a name that's been brought up heavy. Manny Diaz from Duke. He's another name that has been brought up. And of course, he's only been at Duke for a couple of years, so he's another name that got brought up. And as well, you got Cleveland Brown offensive coordinator Tommy Rees. Of course, he was at Alabama. He was at Notre Dame as an OC. So got heavy ties in the NFL, being an OC for the Browns. They didn't put his name in the conversation. And then this just a couple other little names right here besides some of the guys we did mention. Some people mentioned Lincoln Riley, PJ Fleck from Minnesota, Marcus Freeman from Notre Dame. Lincoln Riley is a long shot. He's not leaving no damn USC to go to Michigan. That's not happening. I don't see Marcus Freeman leaving Notre Dame to go to Michigan, especially with him being an Ohio guy. That would be a sin for him to do that. That would be a sin for Marcus Freeman to leave to go to Michigan. Um, Jed Fish, I think Jed Fisher, he a guy that would definitely leave Washington. He'll leave Washington. PJ Fleck for sure too. Him as well. You know what I mean? So some of these yeah, I seen Dave Portnoy. This is what fucked me up earlier. Dave Portnoy was advocating for John Gruden to be the head coach of Michigan earlier.
Hmm. That's interesting.
Of course, John Gruden said he do want to come back and coach, but he said he want to coach in the SEC though.
I think John Gruden will be a good fit for Michigan.
I do too. I ain't gonna lie, but I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna even lie. I ain't want to say it. I was like Dave Portnoy. I ain't gonna say. That's the first smart damn thing he said for real because I think he'd definitely be a good fit. But then it's just like him coming to college, how he gonna adapt with this new generation of student athletes and everything. Like, it'll be a huge adaptation for him. You know what I mean, rather than a guy that's already kind of involved with the game. I think Michigan should go for a guy that's in college already or that's tapped in. Like if you was to go a Jesse Minter or a Tommy Rees, possibly. I see Jesse Minter before Tommy Rees, if anything. But I mean, the most logical name that to me, they people been throwing out Kenny Dillingham from Arizona State. That's a
Yeah,
good name.
yeah. You got to
That's a
get
good
somebody
name,
that
even
you
though
got to
he's
get
an
somebody that can
Arizona
recruit.
State alumni, though. But he'll leave Arizona State in a heartbeat to go to Michigan.
Mhm. You also got to get somebody that can recruit too.
Yeah, I mean, you
You
got
know,
it. That's why I said I think they should stay. They will want to stay in the college ranks, possibly because they gotta find they gotta recoup their roster. You
hmm
gotta keep the guys that you have on your roster, let alone guys that you just had signed, their LOIs, which is now they're guys from the 2025, the 2026 class from Michigan. I just seen one just got released from his LOI just now, a 4-star linebacker.
mm.
So they got they got one guy already dropping off. So you're gonna see some of those guys that just signed with the Wolverines. So those guys gonna be looking at other options probably.
Yeah, yeah.
Like they're gonna be looking at other options, man. And you know, I can tell you now, it's only a couple guys I even want from their roster for real. Honestly, I ain't gonna
If
hold
if,
you.
if it's offensive lineman, I'm with it.
The only guys, the only guy I would take from them from their 2026 class is Carter Meadows, 4-star defensive end. I take him, and of course Savion Hyder, the running back.
Hmm
But Savion Hyder, I seen somebody made a tweet with saying that Savion wasn't going to. They said Savion was trying to get out of his LOI, and he came on there and said, "No, that's false." So I
He a
don't see
Michigan guy,
Savion.
huh?
Yeah, he's sticking with his commitment to Michigan, but you never know. I mean, Tennessee fuck around and start hitting his agent up and like, yo, we got an extra couple mil. He get out that signing with Michigan. Man, Tennessee been going hard trying to get Savion for the longest, and with Savion and his recruitment, it was really down to Tennessee and Michigan, and he chose Michigan overall because that was the fit that he felt that was best for him.
I mean, I
But
guess
like
he
I
felt
said,
like
it's
Ohio
open
State.
house.
I guess he felt like Ohio State running back room was too crowded.
Yeah, I would say that I would say that for sure. And then I think Ohio State this year, as far as us in recruiting in this 2026 class, we did get one guy. We got Favorite Key, up there from Toledo, which is a great back, 4-star running back and everything. Great back. His last 3 schools he was going was between Ohio State, Michigan, Ohio State, Miami, and USC, and he chose Ohio State. And this wasn't a year that we try to go for a home run running back this year, like
Yeah,
100%. Like because we ended up recruiting like 3 of them last year, and then of course, um, you got guys that was already on the roster, and we was like, no, we get 1 or 2 guys this year. You know what I mean? We'll be cool, but next year, 2027 class is the class that Ohio State is really trying to get the ball rolling as far as like hitting a home run with either uh, Keymon Spell from Philadelphia, from Pennsylvania,
uh huh.
or David Gabriel Georges that's out there in Tennessee, which is y'all know I talk about David Gabriel Georges all the damn time. That boy is a killer. Like
Right.
he's better than Savion Hyde. Like he's really better than him. Like this man Gabriel Georges. I just think this man was probably averaging like 250 yards a game or some shit. Like
Damn.
I swear to God, like he's been like he was cooking, like he been cooking dudes, like going crazy this whole year, this year. So, real interesting with that. Like, but I was saying with they roster though, I mean, of course you're gonna have guys like, you know, Bryce Underwood, Marsh. Yeah, that wide receiver that they got, Andrew Marsh.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even Jordan Marshall. You know what I'm saying? Jordan Marshall. Uh, even though I ain't gonna lie, I'll take if Jordan Marshall wanted to come to the Buckeyes, I'll take him.
Hell, hell yeah, I'll take him.
I'll take him, but I don't think he'll make that move though. I
Nah.
don't think he made that move though, but I take him if he want. If he hit the portal, I definitely take him for sure.
Yeah.
I take him. Had him and Bo back there next year with Isaiah West. That'll
Mm-hmm.
make that move would make James People he'll hit the portal then. If that was to happen, James People would definitely hit the portal then.
Yeah,
I
because
don't see
CJ
him hit the
Johnson, he a,
portal.
he a senior, isn't
Yeah, CJ gone. Fuck him. No, don't disrespect.
he?
We love you, CJ. We love you, bro. But hey, you know what it is. Just ball out for us in the playoffs. Well, I ain't gonna
Right.
say nothing because I don't know people be listening and everything, man. I ain't want to say too much. But yeah, man. Bryce Underwood. So interesting with Bryce Underwood. Bryce Underwood earlier, he took Michigan off his Instagram bio.
I saw
Now
that, bro,
he's
but I looked on his bio and it was still on there.
well, no, he still got Michigan content on there, but he
Hmm.
don't have like Michigan's quarterback, a lot of that stuff like actually like in the caption, like in his bio. He still got like the Michigan content on there.
Yeah.
But he took the Michigan stuff off his bio though, which a lot of people started kind of reading the room with that a little bit. And then
Huh.
of course, it was a report earlier with Bryce Underwood where yeah, hold on. Let me pull it up. I gotta add it on there. I thought I had it on there. Shit. Um you got a report with Bryce Underwood where he doesn't have a buyout in his contract.
He doesn't?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, let me pull it up, Drew. I thought I added on here on the string yard tonight, but let me add it real quick. Then I had a couple more things to add on here that I missed out on. But yeah, their roster is open game right now, bro. Open game for them, and it's just wild to see this in 4K happening the way that everything is happening for these guys. Real talk.
Yeah.
So here we go. I got it pulled up now. So we got it. Here we go. Here we go. Boom. So here we go. You got Bryce Underwood. They said his team says that Bryce Underwood's contract with Michigan does not include a buyout, and it has Bryce Underwood's camp paying close attention to whoever they hire.
Interesting. Because whoever they hire is going to affect if he get in that portal or not.
Man, a lot of people believe he gonna hit that portal, dog. A lot of
I,
people gonna believe he gonna hit that portal, dog.
hmm.
No,
Yeah.
I did forget to add that stuff in. Let me add this on. So Bryce Underwood, boom, boom. Let me add these three on here real quick. And Crush just text. He said he had some stuff to take care of. He all good. He all good. If he want to come on, he can still come on though. Um. All right, so here you go. I got this other content I want to pull up. So all right, so this is the most important players for them to retain right here. And obviously you see Bryce Underwood as the main one right here.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got Jordan Marshall and Andrew Marsh, which I already mentioned them beforehand as well. And then you got Hill, that cornerback, and offensive tackle Andrew Sprague right here. So those are the five key guys that they're looking for them for Michigan to retain in particular. And then, of course, as far as their 2026 class, Savion Hyder, Titan Harris, D tackle, that's a big boy. And of course, Carter Meadows, which I mentioned him. Carter Meadows was real close with Ohio State. I will say that.
Yeah.
He was close with Ohio State at one point.
I don't think we're gonna get any of their players. I think they're gonna wait to see who they're gonna hire, then make the decision from there. But I don't foresee us getting any of their players for real. You know, that's a, like you said, the only two I take is Hitter and Marshall. You want to
Yeah,
sell me on
bro.
them
I
two?
I I love to
Word.
take Meadows. I take Carter Meadows. That's one. That's one for sure. That's one for sure. Man, real talk. I for some reason feel like Bryce gonna fuck around and hit that portal for some reason.
Yeah, I
I
think
don't know
eventually you will
why I
too.
feel that way. I feel like he gonna hit the portal for some reason. I don't know what it is. I feel like for some reason he gonna hit the portal.
Yeah, because he was already with them, you know what I'm saying, with them, committed to them heavy, you know what I mean, changes my last minute. But
But see, the main factor in that move was the money.
right.
His when they started talking money to him, that's when he literally, his family was willing to sit down and talk with him because he literally had his mind made up. He was going to LSU the whole trip.
Mm-hmm. Yep. He was posting stuff on Instagram, him and LSU gear and a whole bunch of shit.
But the crazy part though, even before Sherrone Moore got fired, it was already like kind of like talks with like them like, what Michigan going to do for us, developing him? Is they going to bring in another, another OC or something? Like what are they going to do to develop him and make him better? And that was the
Yeah.
question I was posing. I was like, with that offense that Michigan runs, it's no way for them. They're not an explosive offense, so it's no way for
Yeah.
them to allow their quarterbacks to grow
That's
within
why
that offensive scheme.
that's why I was saying that's why I truly believe I was like, boy, if they get John Gruden, I'm gonna be worried. Cause the way he would develop Bryce and make their offense like real creative with his play calling. Cause I think John Gruden's a great play caller. So I'm hoping they don't get. I'm hoping that he don't get the itch. I mean, if there's any coaching job that anybody would take is Michigan.
I
Outside of
think
Ohio
God
State,
they
pre,
offered
it's
John.
premier. It's top
Yeah,
tier.
I ain't gonna lie. The Michigan job. Now that's the question. How do you feel? You feel the Michigan job is like a premier job in college football?
Oh, absolutely. It's a top three job in the country for sure.
Top three?
Absolutely, absolutely, it's top three.
I say Georgia, Bama, Ohio State. Those three jobs top three out the gate.
I'm putting Michigan over Georgia. It's Ohio State, Bama, Michigan.
I can't put them over because Georgia got a couple more times. They'd have been more relevant than Michigan. Yeah,
I mean, we're talking about. I mean, I hate. I mean, Michigan's most winningest program.
yeah. I mean, as far as historically, if when we
Yeah,
talking in
but
that
that's how.
aspect,
But that's how. I mean, that's how
but as
it's
far as the
ranked.
the state of the program itself right now, and where like what direction they're in and stuff, I believe it's a premier job for sure. You know what I'm saying? I'm not in denial of it. It's definitely a top 5, top 10 job in the country for sure. I think it's a difficult task because of their current roster that they have.
Hmm.
And they're even though they have a lot of young guys, and then on top of that, you don't know what's going to happen with this roster in the next few days. Because
That's
you
true.
may see some guys start. Because best believe right now, agents is on the phone with schools and everything right now about a lot of their best guys right now.
Hmm.
The deals are being made behind the scenes right now and being negotiated and all that shit. So they're going to, and this was the thing I said. This is going to be an issue if they was going to fire Sherrone Moore at any capacity. I've always said this was they're going to be in the same situation like Penn State because Penn State they literally got their whole entire 2026 class wiped out, even from fucking James Franklin at Virginia Tech. We forgot he at Virginia Tech now, and James Franklin he literally was swiping all his commits from Penn State that he had going to Virginia Tech.
Bro, you know what's crazy too is that the the guy that James Franklin is replacing, the former head coach, is now the defensive coordinator.
Right, facts. Yeah, they just made him the coordinator
Yeah, he just
yesterday.
got demoted. He didn't even get fired, bro. He just got demoted.
Still getting the bag.
And still getting big money. Don't gotta move his family. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Man. And so that's why I said like with this move you push up when you in the timing of the move when a lot of coaches then went off the board already and everything. Now it's like y'all gotta shoot for the stars. Like them offering Kellen DeBoer, like Kellen, like me personally, Kellen DeBoer, like, that would be a stupid ass move if he was to leave Alabama for
I think
Michigan.
it's just a lateral move, bro. It won't be a step down.
That oh I that hey bring his ass on. Bring his ass on. Brian Kelly, that's another name that they've been popping up with too. Brian Kelly,
Hmm.
man. Which I said, hey, they want to hire Brian Kelly, bring his ass on.
Brian
Bring his
Kelly ain't going.
ass on.
They'll be
I
good. They'll
know
be
he
good
ain't beating
offensively.
Ryan Day.
They'll be good offensively, but their defense gonna be trash.
Hey, bring him on. Man, bring on the Jesse Manners. Y'all want to keep Biff Poggy. Y'all want to keep his fat ass. You know what I'm saying? Or y'all want to bring on Tommy Reese. Bring him on. We don't care. The only one that would be like if they was to steal like a Marcus Freeman or still one of the guys like I wouldn't trip about no damn Lincoln Riley don't move me. So I ain't even Marcus Freeman
No.
would be somebody I'd be like, oh yeah, this we gonna have to look out on this one.
Uh-huh.
But I
I
don't
don't
see
see it.
Marcus Freeman leaving Notre Dame. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's building a great, he's recruiting very well at Notre Dame. Just got my guy Ace Austin from Anderson yesterday, 4-star number one cornerback out of Ohio in the 2027 class. So
Yeah,
Notre
Marcus
Dame.
Freeman got a premier. And honestly, bro, I would put more on the Dame over Georgia too, as far as premier programs. For real.
Well, that's when we're having that conversation as far as like the blue bloods. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like premier, well, premier, it's part of premier too. So yeah,
Hmm.
like that Notre Dame is definitely a premier job as
Hmm.
well. Just like LSU is a premier job. Y'all mean, and that's what made Lane
Yep.
Kiffin make the move that he made. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because he has a lot more resources. He got like the same resources that he had when he was coaching at USC.
Hmm.
So like yeah, so I mean that the roster, like then you got your high school kids that getting raped off, then your current roster, people like I said, they hitting their lines right now. It's a real tough spot to be in for any coach because Matt Campbell, he has to turn Penn State around 100% because they don't have no commitments in 2027. And Yeah, he got to get guys in the 2026 class because for the next national signing day that they have coming up in February. So
Right.
that's just a whole nother ball game for Matt Campbell and his standpoint with Penn State. And they already got their guy. So now
Facts.
you got Michigan trying to find their guy, and just the timing, man, it's really bad timing. I feel like Michigan is going to rush whatever move that they make. It's going to be a rush move because you have to find you a guy that you feel that's going to be there for a long time, that has longevity, and you have to find a guy that can recruit and a guy that's going to be able to put together a right staff around the coaches and around the players.
Yeah.
So you gotta find that type of guy, and I just feel like that's hard to do because you really would love to have that done before this damn portal hits.
Yeah. For sure.
The portal starts January 2nd, so the portal starts January 2nd, and you got literally 3 weeks till that.
Yeah. I hope they don't try to go after Prime.
They didn't brought his name in the discussion, but Prime's not leaving Colorado for no Michigan. I don't see it. I just don't see it.
Now we know Michigan's a way better job than Colorado.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely is, but I just don't see him making that move right now at the moment, right there. I would definitely hate that move for sure.
Yeah, I would too.
I hate that move. I'm like, hell no. Hell no. But see, Prime, if he was to go to Michigan, he'd have to change his ways in recruiting.
Yeah,
He had to
but I
change his
think
recruiting ways.
I think like if Shador had a better backing of more support in Cleveland, like if they made him like the guy, I think he would probably consider it just to be closer. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
But I think that's what I think. But if it was a fifth, you know what I mean?
Yeah, bro. This shit. This is a wild story for Sherrone Moore. And bro, like this, what made me kind of salty about the story for real for him was the fact that they said the man tried to he threatened to take his life. You know what I'm saying, and threatened the girl's life. You know what I mean? Like he's
Yeah.
completely crashing out over the
Yeah.
situation. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah. He went
that's just
unhinged.
some wild shit. Like I never thought I would, see no shit like this from Michigan. And then this just man here. So this is funny right here.
Embarrassing.
So look, Justice Spiro right there from Michigan State right there. He said Michigan has had 11 staffers either arrested or banned from the sport for rules violations since Jim Harbaugh arrived.
Damn. He just didn't leave. He didn't leave the program better than he got it. Which is a bad look.
I mean, like Jim Harbaugh really shitted on Michigan. He really did. He shitted on Michigan.
Yeah.
And then this is like a list of all of the names of the guys that was mentioned right here from Jim Harbaugh. Of course, he had two suspensions, 2023, in both in that year. 1 year probation. He got show cause, Sherrone Moore, Connor Stallions, Jesse Minner, Steve Clinskill, Matt Weiss, Sano Ono, Josh Gaddis, Jim McElwain, Jake Costner, Greg Shrugs, Denard Robinson. You remember Denard Robinson? He had a DUI. And he
Mm-hmm.
got cut. He got chopped from Michigan. Pat Rich, Alex Wood, like Shimmy Slimbacker, like whole list of these guys. And that's why I just say overall, man, I feel a little sympathetic to Sherrone Moore's situation for us, like the mental aspect for him. You know what I mean? For us, him wanting to kill himself and all of that. But I don't feel sorry for him for us what he actually did for us in particular for us cheating on your wife with the staffer and all of that. Like,
Yeah,
uh, that's on you, man.
yeah. You could have
That's
cheated on
all
your
on
wife with
you.
anybody else, but you had to do it. It had to be a staffer. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Nasty word, bro. Like, and it's going, like I said, Michigan has to make a move early, like soon on the head coaching, the head coaching job because transfer portal starts January 2nd. And then on top of that, it's another 15-day window for whoever y'all hire. So it's a real crazy situation, but it'll really surprise me if they did wait till that time of the portal opening up and stuff like that. You know what I mean? To try to figure out they guy.
Yeah, I don't think they need to. I think they need to find somebody quick, but not at the expense of finding the wrong guy. They got to get the right guy at all cost. You know
I
what I
mean,
mean?
you got some Michigan fans rejoicing in it, and you got some fans that hate the move with Sherrone Moore because they believe in the same thing that we believe in, that it can probably be a big, big problem for this program. They don't get the right guy, they can go into a real bad space.
Hmm. Yeah, like
Real bad
looking like
space if you don't get the right guy.
yeah, they can be looking like Illinois or Minnesota for the
Yeah.
next 2-3 years.
But it mess around where we'd be beating their ass for another 7, 8, 10 years like we was before they started cheating and shit.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean it'd be the same shit. That's why I told people this series with Ohio State and Michigan is it's a real streaky series. Like, you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like they win a few games, we win a few games. Like it ain't went back and forth like each year with teams going with both teams winning back and forth against each other. It ain't been like that in years. So
Mm-mm.
like
Mm-mm.
over literally probably last shit over 25 years. You want to be exact for real. Cause we've been beating their ass throughout this whole century, to be honest, too.
We have. It hasn't even really been like close for real. You know, while they was getting all hype, talking about, oh, you ain't won since 2020, but like, y'all need to chill out. You know what I mean? Y'all ain't won barely any since 2000.
Man,
So,
talk about it, bro.
so like, you know what I mean?
Man,
You know what I mean?
nasty work, bro.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nasty
So,
work, man. So
but
all right,
yeah.
so closing out. Bold. So with the squad, of course, we got the Cotton Bowl. We in the Cotton Bowl in a couple of weeks. We'll be facing the winner of Miami A&M. Here go Crutch right here. Let me go ahead and get Crutch.
Hey,
Hey,
yo, finally here. Sorry, fellas.
are you good, bro? Hey, man, what's your take on Sherrone Moore? You got to get your take on that, man. What's your take on this crazy situation with the
All
bums up
right.
north?
I give it to you. You really want to hear it? Y'all want to hear it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a Michigan man. That's all I'm saying. Cheating bastard. You hear me? Then want to
But
go out before you get caught. Just like Jim Harbaugh. I'm going to go to the NFL before I get caught and get any sanctions.
I'm
That is a
serious.
Michigan fucking man, dog, on everything.
It was stupid for it to be a staffer, bro. You could have hired an escort anywhere else to cheat. That wasn't gonna cost you $1 million job. It's just
Right,
crazy.
but you know why people hire escorts? You hire them to leave. That motherfucker ain't want these bitches to leave. And you know you got to think for white girls, his wife white too. I'm just
Hmm.
saying, like I understand it. That's all I'm saying.
Mm. Yeah.
But damn, the shit that it brought down on Michigan, and then you hearing all the stories, everything that coming out, like these motherfuckers knew before Ohio State and that game and everything. And if you would have won, they'd have swept it under the rug and all this other bullshit. Michigan in trouble, dog.
yeah,
Yeah.
but we
We
was
thought they
talking
was
about
getting
that
out of
for
trouble,
us.
nigga.
They
They in
because
trouble.
some people
They in
some
worse.
people don't believe that they knew about this beforehand. I'm like, and me and TB was talking about it like, But I've been hearing that they knew about this like 2-3 weeks prior. Oh, he must have got cut off or something.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But Adam Schefter said that the HR investigator didn't find nothing. That's what Adam Schefter said on Get Up this morning on First Take. He a Michigan
Yeah,
guy.
I did. Yeah, I did hear him say that.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if they found something or they didn't, or they was investigating and then didn't have enough evidence, and then old girl gave him the smoking gun.
Yeah, old girl
Basically, what
snitched.
happened.
But I think Michigan put the pressure on her. You know what I mean? I think somebody put the pressure on her, and that's why she went and snitched. But like then you get into the abortions and you get into all the other fucking nonsense that went involved, like him trying to kill her and himself. Like
So
shit
she's
is
really
crazy, dog.
pregnant?
Yeah, she's
No,
pregnant.
he made her abort it.
Oh
He
yeah.
made her abort it.
Oh, wow.
He made her abort it.
That's Buck. This is insane, dog.
Yeah.
This is so crazy. You
That's
can't
why
make
there's
this
charges,
shit
nigga.
up.
That's why there's charges. If like he didn't put the pressure on her or he got to talk first and would have actually talked first, that motherfucker wouldn't be in the problems he's in. But he put it off so long and tried to sweep it under the rug, and then she went and said the whole details to everybody that had ears. You know what I mean? In that position, like it's crazy, dog.
That's basically some
Like
shit. Basically, like shit. You ain't leaving your wife, shit. So I'm telling on you.
That's what I said. Yup.
facts.
Yup.
That's exactly what TB said earlier.
Mm-hmm. You know. Yup.
We know how the world go.
Motherfucker can't endure being the side piece. You been the side piece for so long.
Mhm.
He must have been telling her he was gonna leave his wife.
Yep.
So one of them
And
And
never
still
motherfuckers ain't
listened.
got
got
her
no
Right.
game.
promotion. Still
Now
doubled
I
her
feel
fucking
sorry
pay,
for
nigga.
you now. Now fuck that. I'm taking my sorry back. Fuck all that.
Uh-uh.
He just pissed me off, man. This man over there being a sucker for love and shit with the side piece and shit, man. Over there
Nigga
telling
thought
me
he
that
was
he
on top
love
of the
her and
world.
all of that. Man, Sherrone
Uh,
Moore's a clown, man. He a
Wow, dog.
clown.
How the fuck he beat us twice? You hear me? How the
Bad.
fuck he beat us twice? He ain't nothing but a cheater and a clown, dog.
Bad
Just like
coach.
that's why I started with that's a Michigan man. Look at fucking Tom Brady and the Patriots, dog. They're like, you know what I mean? They just known fucking cheaters, dog. Like it's just
Uh,
known and people are cool with it. Like,
Yeah.
whatever. Whatever you got to do to beat us, because you know that's their whole thing anyway. They want to
Yup.
beat us.
Yeah.
That you know what I mean?
I'll tell you what. I ain't heard nothing from Charles Woodson or Desmond Howard. Like I've
No,
been.
you fucking right, you won't.
Like I ain't seeing nothing. They Twitter is radio silent.
oh yeah.
Hey,
Let me say this, y'all. Hey, they didn't brought up Urban Meyer name for
stop,
Michigan's job.
stop it. That's the same thing. Bringing up Marcus Freeman. Ain't neither one of them motherfuckers going there, dog. They ain't no
Urban Meyer
motherfucking
won't
way.
even wear fucking Michigan, let alone go to Michigan.
Hell no.
He ain't
No.
going to Michigan. Hell
Like
no.
stop, hey Michigan, and then the Michigan fans. I seen somebody trolling earlier talking about Urban Meyer. He going interviewing and he'd take the job if they offer it to him. I'm like y'all that desperate.
Yeah.
Think
What
about
about?
it this way.
What
Think
about?
about it this way.
Mhm.
Harbaugh left. The only one they could get was Sherrone Moore, right? Because he was already there. So they promoted him, knowing he with all the cheating bullshit. And you know what I mean? Just basically got a free pass because it was on Harbaugh's head and he did. Like, you know what I mean? He just did. So like he like literally he had Michigan dude, like, you know what I mean? All that kind of stallion shit. Like he was part of it all. Like, bro, dude
He
just a
took the
fucking
hit.
cheater, dog. He don't want to win the right way.
He took
He'll
the hit.
never
He was
win.
the fall guy. That's what I said earlier, bro. Like
Why the fuck
Sherrone
was he
Moore
there
was
that
total
long?
the fall guy. The fall
Right.
guy for everything. Connor Stallions, now this shit.
Damn.
Yo. What if they try to go after Dabo?
Let him get him. Who the fuck cares anymore?
Yeah.
That boy ain't recruiting like that. The only well, there's two people I'm worried about going there, and it's Nick Saban and it's fucking prime because them two motherfuckers are going to recruit just as hard as we do.
I'm worried about John
Nick
Gruden too.
Saban ain't going nowhere.
I'm
I ain't
worried
worried
about
about
John
Gruden.
Gruden.
I ain't worried about Gruden because you know what I mean.
He gonna
If you're a
develop
black
Rice
kid in
though.
football, nah, stop it. It was only a few years ago. But if you're a black kid in football, you already know he was on some super racist shit. Like so, it like you know what I mean.
Yeah,
He tried to
that
go
is
there. That's
true.
fine. Go there, nigga. Like have all them fucking white CBs and receivers and running backs, dude. Go ahead. That's better for us.
Put PD in, coach. He's better.
Tell me I'm wrong, nigga. Tell me I'm wrong.
Hey, you right there. You dead right there on that one,
Go get
bro.
Gruden, nigga.
I was thinking about that too. I didn't even mention that earlier about him being on the racist.
That's why he got fired out the NFL. That's why the only
Yeah.
place he can get a job is college. But then college is about recruiting. And you think you want to recruit these dudes like that have people around them that know shit and talk? Like, you know what I mean? Dog, no, I'll
Yeah.
never let nobody go play for John Gruden. And I thought he was cool, like with the Bucks and shit when I was a kid, long time ago. You know, work
I
done, Mike
fuck with
Allstott,
John
whatever it
Gruden for
was, Brad
real,
Johnson.
man. I fucked with him. I felt like he should have never came back and took that Raiders job for real. Like he should have never came back.
No, well, I
No,
see
you know what he
why,
should have
bro.
done? You know what he
Oh,
should have done? He should have took the job and not treated Antonio Brown like a nigga.
yeah,
That's what he should
yeah.
have done.
That's what he
But he
should have done
treated
because
Antonio Brown like a nigga, and then the Raiders organization went behind him, and now look where we at.
because you got to
Raiders
think about it,
fucking
Cam.
suck.
You got to
Antonio
think about
Brown
it,
in
bro.
prison.
He took that job. They just opened up Allegiant Stadium, bro. They call that the Death Star, bro. That's so that stadium's so nice.
You
So
know, I
they
was at that first game
yeah. So it's like
during COVID. I was at that first game. It was
yeah.
Ravens Raiders. I don't remember anything in the second half, and it went to two overtimes. I just
Bro, that
remember the first.
stadium is live, bro. So you want me
Oh my
talking
God,
about
that shit is
the
dope.
inaugural season in Vegas, open up Allegiant, the Raiders, bro. Who ain't that was it was the top job. You know, you know that shit
Shouldn't
was
have went to him.
top notch. It shouldn't have went to him.
Now I'm gonna say
He
this:
just know them top fucking other races.
Nick Saban, not happening. Urban, definitely not happening.
No, hell no.
I don't
Marcus
see
Freeman,
Dion
no.
happening. I would be, and that one would fuck me up if they got Dion. I don't see that happening.
And
But
it
for
won't fuck
some
me up
reason, I
because I
feel like
think
they
they'll
gonna
beat us
shoot.
with Dion.
Now
It'll
let me
fuck me
ask
up
you.
because I want to root for Prime. You hear me?
Now let
Like
me
it
ask
has
y'all
nothing
this:
to
do
do with
y'all
that.
think they gonna shoot for the stars and try to take some of these like the Lincoln Rileys, the Dion's,
I don't think
the
you can do
Kellen
that right now.
McCoys away from the other squads?
You got to
Yo,
think,
Adam Schefter said today on First Take, a contract and current positions don't matter. They going
no,
after who they want. That's what he said.
yeah. But
Yeah,
guess
that's a
what?
fact. That's a
The
fact.
motherfuckers they want, dog, ain't gonna go there right now with all this fucking shit over their head and this, that, and the other. They going to promote that fat dude with the bitch titties. Like he gonna have to be their head coach next year, and he ain't gonna have Underwood. He ain't gonna have the star D tackle and the star corner or whatever the fuck they got. The wide receiver leaving. You already know, dog. Like Michigan gonna be down some more. And you remember when they had Moore as his head coach? Yeah, they beat us, but what was their records, dog? And next year they got a harder schedule than he had in fucking 10 years, dog. It's over, bro. Michigan ain't gonna be shit. Only way Michigan gonna make headlines is if they beat us. I don't see them beating us no time soon because everybody fucking leaving.
Yeah.
Recruits, stars they got, everybody gone.
Oh, this is him with the girl right here.
Sherrone Moore, the new head coach of the Michigan Wolverines. He was the interim head coach for a whole lot of games. So he is also a national champion. And he'll wave to the crowd.
Damn.
National champion. Get the fuck out of here, cheating bastard.
See, the boy was up there standing right next to the girl. On
Damn near had his arm around her. Just saying. Nah, fuck them dudes, bro. I'm sorry. I know I'm late, so I'm trying to play catch up. I'm catching up, not Mayo, and you hear me?
you good, you good, man.
Shit, bro. I
Yeah,
got 2%, Cam. Just to let you know, bro.
yeah, oh, yeah.
Hey,
So quick, man. So
love you,
what?
Ty.
So who
Love you too,
y'all who
bro.
y'all who y'all think gonna be the winner of that game? Just a little earlier for us, the winner of Miami and Texas A&M, who we might see.
Go ahead,
Yeah,
2%.
I got A&M on the win.
Ooh, I don't. I want A&M to win, but I don't got them winning.
I think it's a toss up. I don't think there's no wrong answer for real. Because I can see Miami winning too.
Who do
I,
y'all want to play? I want to play Miami. I ain't gonna lie.
yeah, I want to fuck Carson Beck up. I want him to have 4 interceptions like Jalen Hurts last week. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I don't really want Miami. I want Texas A&M because that Tony dude for Kadarian Tony, that nigga
Yeah,
scared
you're
me,
a
bro.
monster.
He
But
scared me.
I think so. That Tony thing, you shut down Tony, you shut down Miami, and I think Iggy will get Tony's fucking brain, dog. Kick shit around like he playing soccer, but they out there playing football. I think Iggy would fuck dude's world up. I don't think he would have a chance. I think Iggy would have a pass interference on a deep play. Other than that, Tony gonna be shut the fuck down.
Yo,
If you ask me, that's what I
you
see
think
happening.
Iggy is faster? Is faster Tony? Cause that nigga like fast, nigga. That nigga
No,
fast.
but I think at the line of scrimmage, it ain't about speed after that. I think Iggy gets his hands on him and knocks him off his route. Then he don't know what he's fucking doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Motherfuckers can't put hands on Tony in the ACC. This ain't the ACC. You hear me? I'd
Yeah.
rather. I think we have an easier game against Miami than Texas A&M because I think Texas A&M's.
They're more physical. They
Well,
physical.
I think they're more all around. If that makes sense. Like Miami got more stars, but A&M's better all the way around. If that makes sense. I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah, yeah,
I,
yeah.
I don't know if you
Yeah, it
follow
makes
me.
sense. It makes sense. They you know they're more of a team. They move better as a unit.
Yup. And that's why
I think
Miami
that's
got
gonna be
them
a good
losses.
game, bro. That's a toss up game, bro. Like that's a game I wouldn't bet at all. You know what I'm saying?
I think either game ends up 28-12 or some shit.
Yo, but
Either game we dominate.
you think Oklahoma beating Alabama? I think Bama beating Oklahoma.
I do too. I
I got
think that. I mean, if
That's a
you want my
50-50 game
honest
to me too.
opinion, my whole all around honest opinion is the NCAA and the refs are going to give Alabama the Kansas City treatment in the first round. So I think like the 50-50 calls are going to go Alabama's way and they're going to get through. And then they're going to lose to Indiana.
that's gonna be a good game. I think.
You want my Final Four?
Go ahead.
Oregon, Indiana, Georgia, Ohio State. Oregon beats Indiana. It's Ohio State, Oregon again.
That's tough. Ooh. I ain't gonna lie, I want Indiana to beat Oregon. If that's the case, 'cause I do want to see the motherfuckers. So I want to see them
Trust
bad.
me, I
I
do. I
want
just
to
don't
see.
think
I
we'll get
know
the shot.
because I know we get to see Indiana in the Natty, man. I know we gonna beat they ass, man.
Right,
We gonna beat
right.
they ass like they stole something. Like how
Everybody
we was
knows.
putting belt last year to everybody in the playoffs last year. It'll be just like that we see them in the Natty.
Think we're
Yeah.
going to put 10 points up again? Get the fuck out of here, bro. We ain't
It-
scoring less than 27 the rest of the way.
but either
And you know our
way,
defense ain't giving up shit,
yeah. Either way, it's an all Big Ten final.
right?
You know, but I
I
hope
just
that each Big Ten team beats like an SEC team. Like I know I don't think Oregon won't be able to, but um,
So, can I ask a question?
go ahead.
How much do you think which program brings more money in determines the outcomes of these games? I mean, we already know Alabama's in because they make more money. Notre Dame doesn't make more money than Alabama, but Notre Dame is more known, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Longer, whatever.
It's more
Uh,
historic program.
yeah, you know what I mean? And it's Notre Dame, and Notre Dame ain't in, right? I think Notre Dame should have been in, if you ask me. So I wouldn't be surprised if Alabama beats Indiana and it's Oregon, Alabama, as opposed to Oregon, Indiana.
I
Man,
got
for
Bama
some,
beating Indiana.
man, for
That's
some,
what I'm
man, I
saying.
ain't gonna lie. For some reason, I feel like Indiana gonna mess around and get popped before they get to the daddy.
That- We
I
aren't going to
think
see
so. I
Indiana
think
again
Bama
this
gonna
year.
beat them.
We ain't gonna see Indiana this year, and we're gonna win the chip. And then they're gonna be like, "Well, Indiana, blah 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 blah, Big Ten, blah blah." You know what I mean? All that bullshit, and that we, heard from Michigan last year when we won the chip, and they still talking about the time they beat us. I think it's a similar kind of thing, and I don't think there's any way anybody beats us again because of our defense. It doesn't even matter how Ryan Day and well, I don't even want to say Hardline because I think Hartline shouldn't be with us now. He already went down and introduced himself to the team and had a whole big speech, and everybody saw it. Hartline shouldn't be with us because his heart ain't in it. He's still thinking about next year because that's why he's gone anyway, because he ain't thinking about right now. He's thinking about his future. That's why Hartline shouldn't be here. Now, do I think Hartline's trying to stop us from getting a chip or anything like that? Hell nah. But we need ultimate focus. And I think that draws focus away from what we're trying to achieve.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
But I mean, God damn, man, this is a bad position because say Hardline did leave, now we're stuck with Ryan Day calling the plays throughout the CFP. And that don't make me feel good. I'm sorry.
Not at all. Not at all.
Man, they need to call Chip ass.
But you think Day didn't have his hands in it all? Like, that's why I think Hartline really decided to leave for fucking South Florida. Like, he's not leaving for a giant program. Like, that's how you're supposed to leave us, Hartline. You're not supposed. You left too soon.
I
You know
said
what I
that
mean?
earlier in the show.
You were too fucking excited about your future and this, that, and the other, as opposed to the task at fucking hand. So he should not be with us in the playoffs. And I love Hartline, dog. I loved him when he was in Miami and got drafted. Like, stop playing with me. Like, I love Hartline. He a Buckeye forever, except for right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I said that in the show, Crutch. I said he should have stayed with the Oats with us for another year or two. Because right now he's not an elite play caller. Stay with us for another 2 years. Become elite. And then there's going to be programs available. I said, you know what I'm saying?
Imagine getting a three-peat you're supposed to get with Sand and the defense this year, and then Sand and JJ and Chris Henry Jr. and everybody else next year. Pettijohn coming in at linebacker, Alford, all that shit. Like, you know what I mean? If you would have stayed this year and next year, and then after the season, then go and guess what? You'd be at fucking Oklahoma, or you would be at fucking you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some giant program.
I think
Instead of going to
South
USF.
Florida is the right situation for because it ain't much pressure there. Then if he was to be at a big spot out the gate, that's why I like the South Florida.
He at Ohio State right now, Kim.
Fuck that. That's
he
a
at
bitch
Ohio
move.
State right now.
That's a bitch move.
It ain't no pressure. It ain't no pressure at South Florida.
Exactly. Bitch
ain't
move.
No pressure.
Bitch move.
Yeah.
Bitch move. That's how you know you ain't gonna be a head coach for real. And that's why you won't be Ohio State's head coach when Ryan Day's gone. It's because you left for
though. Like,
right.
You know
but listen to me. Listen
I
to
would
me.
rather him be in South Florida and be there, and then he be in at Penn State and he getting his ass kicked at Penn State, and then he get fired at Penn State.
Why? If you're gonna leave, why not go to Ole Miss? Because your timing was off. So if your timing's off, nigga, you ain't gonna be a good head coach because your timing off. You hear what I'm saying? Like,
he wouldn't even been considered at Ole Miss.
Yeah, they fucking with the D coordinator. The D coordinator probably going to get that interim.
Yes, they would have fucked with Hartline. You better stop playing with me. Don't fucking play with me. They would have been looking at Hartline had they known. But all these motherfuckers didn't even know because Hartline wasn't supposed to go this year. He was supposed to go after next year because, God damn it, you're a play caller and you have the best player on offense in football and you have the best fucking quarterback, if you ask me, although last week and, a couple other things I could say, I still think Say is the fucking truth. That's why Saban recruited him. You hear me? Like,
facts.
It's crazy. In South Florida, like, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to hate on South Florida because when it comes to like second tier, third tier programs, South Florida is up there. Like, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, they can make the
Dog,
CFP if they win.
You go into your next head coaching job as a 3-time champion play caller, even back to back, and something fucks up or 2 out of 3. You hear what I'm saying?
Facts.
Saying they losing
I ain't
next
gonna
year.
lie. I think it was
You
a
ain't gonna see this
stipulation
saying
on
next
him
year.
too. I ain't gonna lie. I think it was a stipulation on where Highline went too, in a sense, from Ohio State.
Nah, hell
Like,
no.
I
Hell
think it
no. They
was a
can't call
stip.
that shit. They can't call that shit. Nigga want to
But
go
the,
somewhere, he'll go somewhere. He was just
but
ready to go,
like
which was the problem.
they been like, oh, if you leave Ohio State for a head coaching job, you can't go to a school in the Big Ten type
Right.
shit like that. You know what I
Where's
mean?
Ole Miss? Where's
Well,
Ole Miss?
they didn't give that to for Foles for Jim Knowles when he went to Penn State.
Ex-
Uh,
They
They ain't give
can't
a
they
fuck
can't
about
call it,
Jim.
bro.
They ain't give a fuck about Jim Knowles.
In sports, there ain't no such thing as a non-compete clause. Ain't no such thing in sports, bro. Ain't no such thing as the non-compete clause. So if he wanted to go to a Big Ten school, he could have. Now I doubt it'd be Michigan, but that's a big ass fucking program. You know what I mean? Penn
Why he
State,
go to Michigan
big
State?
ass fucking program. You could have went there. I know why you didn't, but how many SEC schools need a fucking coach? And Clemson coach about to leave. Still got all them fucking players down there, dog. Like,
I mean,
yeah, there's so
he
many
got
better.
ties in
There's so
Florida.
many better jobs he could have took, and he took South Florida. That shit is fucking bananas to me. It don't make
Now
no sense.
let me ask y'all this though, real quick. So, what y'all think about the state of the squad going into the playoffs right now, as far as from last week on to now? Because I mean, I can tell you right now, from what I've been hearing, I'm hearing that them boys are pissed off. They pissed off. They can't wait to play in this Cotton Bowl against whoever they get between Miami and A&M, and they gonna be ready to go, man. So how y'all feel about the squad going into this playoffs?
Go ahead, TB.
I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling confident. I said before the Indiana game that the defense is going to play their best game, and I feel like they did. Offense, let it down. We didn't put enough points. Kicker missed field goal,
Play calling,
questionable. You know what I'm saying?
coaching.
But you know what I mean. But I think the defense is going to continue to play elite, and is and I don't. I think 20 points wins every single game in the CFP.
Any
Our
game
offense
against
put up
us.
20 points, we win. That's how confident I feel
That's
about it.
it. That's it. And my thing is, I think. Well, now everything I said about Hardline, I think his ready to go ness was Ryan Day's fucking hands in the play calling. So that's the only reason I think he would just go to South Florida.
I'm with you on that
So
too.
Ryan Day calling plays on offense makes me fucking nervous. I've said that for how long? You know what I mean? Jump, maybe since the inception of the Buckeye Steppas, even longer. But that's what makes me nervous about this playoff run. Is because Ryan Day overthinks himself damn near 3 out of 5 plays.
I'm gonna say this though. One thing I think we gonna come out on offense like we did in the playoffs last year. I really truly do.
We
Like
got a better quarterback.
I truly do, man. Like and like it. Just looking at that Indiana game, like we left so much food on the table in that game, man. It just didn't
Hurts.
have we didn't run the ball enough too. I felt for real. I felt we could have ran the ball with Bo a little bit more too, man. Let him eat a little bit more because of especially like I said and when we in the red zone. Man, get out of them dumbass 3-4 tight end setups and
Stop
spread
putting
that shit
people's in.
out, man. Keep Tate and
Stop
JJ
putting
on the
people's in.
field.
Stop putting people's in.
I mean, Peoples wasn't
That's
even
my
really
biggest
playing
fucking
for real,
thing
for
with the
real. He wasn't even
offense.
really playing for real, honestly, in this game. It
Nah,
was more so CJ and Bo,
yeah.
but
Well, Thomas West.
Yeah, so I mean, it's just they just gotta get in the spread, man. Get
What
in the
what
spread in the red zone, man. Get out of that four tight end look. That shit is stupid. It's just stupid.
I feel like there's consistency problems with our offense. It has nothing to do with talent. It has everything to do with coaching and play calling. Um, we've seen what Bo does in short yardage situations, and they still put CJ Donaldson in on short yardage situations. Bo's going to get the first down. CJ might get the first down. Bo can get you way more. CJ may get you the first down. You hear what I'm saying? Like I don't know
Mhm.
how many. It's probably been 10, 12. I've seen Bo take the short yardage runs, and he just hits the hole so much faster than CJ. Although CJ's stronger, that he's still going to get the first down. But there's no upside to putting CJ in. You know what I mean? There's upside to keeping Bo out there. And that's why we keep seeing Bo and Thomas West over the motherfuckers we thought was starting in the fucking spring game. There's a reason why peoples don't see the field. Although he had that great jump, the hurdle or the dude and all that shit in garbage time.
Yeah, we
If you
got
want to
they
win,
just
he
gotta have
fucking
that
Bo on the
balance.
field 80% of the time. And if it ain't Bo, put Thomas West in. And next year, if it ain't Bo, put fucking Hyder in because Lee was his second fucking choice, and he's coming.
I don't think Hyder ain't leaving.
Bo and Hyder, bro. Imagine Bo and Hyder back there.
'Cause it's gonna be David.
You gonna have motherfuckers
David
mad.
Brooks.
Motherfuckers gonna transfer, but them motherfuckers gonna get what we need to get, dog. That'll be Juckins and fucking Henderson next year.
Yeah, Hyder
Tell
ain't
me I'm
leaving.
wrong.
He already said that. He already earlier said that. I seen him on Twitter. Somebody was like, "Oh, he wanted to get his release from Michigan," and then Hyder came out and said, "No, that's false." So we'll see how this shit play out. I know everybody is like sharks at that Michigan roster right now. So their roster is open for kill right now. Open for kill, but it ain't too many guys I really want from him. Like I said, I will only want Carter Meadows and Hyder, and maybe if we wasn't to get Hyder and if Jordan Marshall wanted to bring his ass home, he can bring his
Let's
ass home if he
go.
wanted to.
Let's go.
You know
Because
what I mean?
Marshall's the only one that got yards against us. He's the only one. He was like 4 for 60 something. After he got hurt, bro, Michigan couldn't move the fucking ball at all. You hear me?
There, it's
I'll
gonna
take
like I
Marshall.
said, it's gonna be real detrimental for this team on who they hire because they got the portal window opening, and then whoever they hire, they got another 15-day window for as the portal for their actual roster. So it's gonna be real interesting.
Best believe because
Whoever
of
they
the
hire can
reports.
make and break Michigan for the next 5-10 years.
Because of the reports, Michigan gonna be in trouble because they hid some shit up underneath the table, and you, everybody else know, and everybody in the world know, even Michigan fans know that that motherfucker was cheap. And if Michigan would have beat us this year, we would never heard about any of this that Sherrone Moore was doing. We wouldn't have heard about it. The public would have never heard about it.
That's a skimp
That's
ass
that's like the
organization right
biggest
there.
fucking headline that I ever saw. If they beat us, they would have hid that shit under the rug. Him forcing abortions and him fucking the staff and him getting the bitches that he was fucking double the pay. You hear what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
them
straight
motherfuckers
right
is
there.
cheaters over there, bro. Everybody know it now. You think it's just us? No. It's these 14, 15-year-olds. It's these 8, 9-year-olds that are gonna grow up and see all of this shit in the last 2, 3 years. Well, fucking 8 years with Harbaugh, and Harbaugh leaving because that's what Michigan does to win. Cheat the motherfucking system. They don't try to get the best players and beat motherfuckers. They cheat the fucking system.
Man.
Like it's sad, but not
No
everybody in Michigan
integrity,
does
no
that shit.
morals. No
What the
integrity
fuck
and
did
morals over there, man, at all.
how many New England's Patriots during the Tom Brady system, Tom Brady, Bill Belichick shit was weird cheating shit, deflated balls, whatever the fuck it was. There was another one. I'm just not remembering it. But like that's what they do. They're more about doing anything to win as opposed to Ryan Day. Give him props in his program. It's about, hey, we gonna go out there and play. That's all we got. We gonna go out there and play. Michigan be cheating, dog. Like it's a known fucking fact, and it's not just a 3 or 4 instance kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Facts, man. Shit, we can go and close it out, man. Shit,
Mm.
you already know,
Mm.
man. Buckeye Steppas, episode 57,
My
and
bad.
we'll be
Stop it.
back
Come on, give
live
me
and
something
direct.
else to talk about.
Hopefully,
I'm late.
when that's around there. We try to link up. Hopefully, we try to get something together this weekend with T
My
Man.
fault.
And so we try to get something together though. But we already know we live every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern time, man.
Let's
Buckeye
fucking go.
Steppers. The college football playoffs is on the way. Starts next week. Starts next week. The first round is next week. We got Army Navy this Saturday. You know what I'm saying? That's the
Yeah.
only college game we
Let's
got
go
this week,
Navy.
man. I'm
Let's
definitely
go
rooting for
Navy.
Navy
Midshipman.
to get that
Yeah.
win. I mean, my pops was in the Navy, so yeah, for sure, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
So definitely, man. We'll be right back at y'all this weekend, hopefully, and just stay tapped in with the content, man. We definitely gonna roll out some of these videos. I'm gonna definitely clips up some videos and push out and everything, and just stay tapped into the Buckeye Steppers, man. And you already know, we out of here.
Love y'all, man.
Love you, brother. You already know the vibes, man.
This is a tough team right here. We're proud to be from Ohio, and it's always been Ohio against the world, and it'll continue to be Ohio against the world.
Yeah. Said plug, throw the load, I catch that bitch like Smith. That shit pit, faux fizzy on me like I'm Archie Grit. Fuck your blitz, niggas squares just like they card and catch me somewhere at the wrist. We up some NIL money, bout to go and cop a kid. I'm hollering no AC dub, niggas no swing C dugged out. Oh wait, C dub at your beanie, bitch we bugged out. All you do is type, niggas think it's the end of runs. House we pull up, niggas turn brand and then it's the way they run routes. Probably at the bar with your bitch like I'm Urban Meyer. Once I get her to the crib, I'm fulfilling all her desires. Said I'm cool and laying up, since your Uber about 5 away. Remember back then, she wouldn't give me the time of Ryan Day. Had to spend it like I'm Braxton, I'm really back in that action. These niggas wanted a verse, I was tired of niggas asking. Believe the fucking hype, all that you want, we top dog, these niggas runts. You can't do shit with us but punt, bring that ball back, nigga.